the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Here we go. 180. 54. Here we go. Tight dog.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 30 on second down, Garoppolo. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On first down, here's Breida. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jaron Reed make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after For the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up alive. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 13 carries, 52 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Garoppolo now, 8 of 8 throwing the football in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
But they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You may also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd down, this is Wilson. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try the left side. It's Daniels. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Wilson. Britt's got it, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 21.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. He's got the first down inside the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd and goal.
What? 1-9.
Stay with your man. Double tight, guys, double tight.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run and only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Big hold of the 30. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a give, right side. Daniels. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Right there. Oh, damn, baby.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Mike, Booker T. Alert. Get that ball. Good touch.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Penny. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
To the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Go. Go!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. Check down to Breida. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And that one, a 6-point game, 13-7 at the half. Kyler Murray, a touchdown pass in that first half. From there, we'll take the quick hop over to Southern California to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And they lead the visiting Raiders at halftime. Jared Goff with 3.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Two times. 4 down, check, 4 down.
Again, it's Penny. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Wilson. He has Britt over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out in the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. Check 50. 49, check 49.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He may try and run for this. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They come out here in the eye. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here we go. 180. 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check the backer. Check the backer.
On second down, a run with Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight end.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. D. Ford in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Penny. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Penny, a first down carry. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. It's Daniels. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Right there, 56. Pick it up.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Penny on the counter. A terrific run there by Penny. 41 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Now a give, right side. Daniels. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
A four-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole a little bit, right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. This is Penny. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
All day, every day, any day.
On 1st down, it's Daniels, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it again with Penny. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
60 outlaw. Exit.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the outlet away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Daniels. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Garoppolo now. That's taken in by Callaway. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Here we go.
That one goes for 24 yards. Garoppolo now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. It's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Goodwin able to haul it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. Garoppolo, rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
On the double. Cover. Double time. Snap.
Penny.
It's run, baby. It's run.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.